With Starbucks, it was really all about kind of creating this journey to show how coffee gets from the coffee beans and the roaster all the way into your house, right? First off, you kind of have to know exactly what you want before you get in there and actually shoot it. The only way I was able to do that was actually to go visit the locations by myself, get an iPhone and just sort of float through and then kind of assemble this small mock film on my own computer. And then I had an idea of how long it takes to get from one spot to the next and then make adjustments from there. So that was another thing. And then there's transitions, there's edit points, because you have to merge these completely different locations together seamlessly. The client wanted us to actually shoot at this iconic Pike Place store, but the thing is, it's kind of like a museum. They only allowed us to shoot at for 2 hours at midnight. Everything was sort of working against us, but that's kind of what you get when you get to shoot in a museum. They wanted us to use this coffee roasting machine, but the thing is, it's so big and heavy, and we only had access to the original one, right? And the original one happened to be on the 10th story of the Starbucks global headquarters, in the middle of the cafeteria. We walked into a situation with the 10th floor of a global headquarters, which is just like something nobody wanted. I've never done it in my life. You know what I mean? Build a set on the 10th floor. That's just absurd. There's just so many logistic problems with it, but that was the only option we had. So anyway, it was just it was awesome to see the team come together and make it happen. So. I think with Tim Hortons, this is basically the very first time that they were showing how their meals are prepared. If you watch someone behind the counter in Tim Hortons, it's not that exciting, but when you think about it from Ant-Man's perspective, I'm going to keep going back to this because that Marvel movie is really the perfect example of how we wanted to approach things. I came in there with all kinds of reference films, all kinds of ideas, and the creative team was just equally ambitious. We couldn't do everything we wanted, nowhere close, because basically every single shot we had to go up the corporate ladder chain and be approved by lawyers. The restrictions are extremely tight. We had a food stylist who really pushed it as much as they could. Then they were also became our lead scientists in physics department of how food works. Because you think you know how food reacts into certain situations, but the food stylist really gets involved with making sure that a sauce is squeezed in just the right direction. And we're talking millimeters. And normally with shoots, if on a good day, you can burn through 15 to 25 shots, right? With a shoot like this, we were doing max 5 shots a day because they just took so much time to do. Big Lots really was a holiday spot. It really was to show the love and the insanity that goes on in people's homes when they're decorating them and getting together with family and all that kind of stuff. So we wanted to use these time-lapse sequences to show the drastic transformation that happens when people decorate their homes using their own personality, their own creativity, and then of course using products from Big Lots. So every single thing in that room was a Big Lots product. We wanted to get creative with the camera. We didn't want it to just be locked down. We wanted to actually move it. We didn't just want to see a room decorated. We wanted to actually see the family, the actors decorate the room. And again, that's breaking a lot of filmmaking rules right there. I don't think I've ever run to a situation where I asked the talent to dress the set. We would never move past one shot if we just allowed them to dress it the way they wanted, right? So there was just so much pre-planning. That was the challenge of it because it really had to look like a catalog. Even though it goes by so fast, we had to make sure that they put everything in exactly the right place. It was really amazing and fun to be able to make these families and ask them to act like they've been doing this for years. There was just so much going on, so many emotions that were really nostalgic in a way. When you remember feeling like a present could change your life, and it never works out that way, but it's still wonderful to kind of go back and think like that.